Alright, I apologize for the terrible microphone quality and the clacky keyboard. I don't usually make videos, but I realized there was a lack of instructional videos on how to make polyhedrals using engineering software similar to Inventor or SOLIDWORKS. So I'm going to show you how to make regular polyhedrals, kind of like dice. It's very easy, it's very fast, and there's really not very many steps. So you're going to want to start with a circle. Doesn't really matter what size yet, just a circle. You want to make sure it's centered and really easy to see. Next, you're going to want to draw a line. You're going to want this line to be a center line, or don't make it construction, you want it to be solid, but I like to make it a center line, that way the system kind of knows to revolve things about it. But you're going to want it crossing through the middle. That's an important part. Now you're going to want a line dropped down to here. This one can be construction. I recommend it not being solid just because it can be in the way if it's a solid line. Next, you're going to want to draw a square. Oh, also, let me remind you, right now I'm showing you how to make a 6-sided polyhedral. This technique can be used for any polyhedral. It doesn't really matter which ones. But anyway, you're going to want to draw your square. And you're going to want it to attach right at the end of this line right there. Okay, so what I like to, you don't have to do this because it will do it itself when you finish everything. But I like to attach this other corner back down to the circle. Now, the reason you don't have to do this is because this isn't always true for every shape, but it is true for the D6, so I'm going to do it right now. Now, you're going to draw 4 lines. One from here to here, one from here to anywhere, really, because we're going to fix it later, and then 3 and 4. Alright, so we got our 4 lines. Now, this is the important part. One of the major rules when you're doing this is these outside lines that aren't touching corners, they're equal. Oh, what did it constrain itself with? Hold on. This constrained itself to something. I gotta fix that. Let's make that less straight so that it doesn't try to attach constraints. Alright, so this needs to be the same length as that. That needs to be the same length as that. And this needs to be the same length as that. Now that's the most important part. Now the next most important part is this corner needs to be attached to this line on the top of here. Also, right now, I'm going to make this shape out of construction lines so it's not in the way. Now, as you can see, I can move and shrink all these sides. Hold on, it's not acting right. Anyway, I can do all this, but it's not changing any of the proportions. That's how you know you got it locked in. Now, after you've got this, we're going to finish this sketch. First thing you want to do is you're going to want to revolve. And you're going to want to revolve a whole hemicircle, or hemisphere, so that it creates a ball. It's important that you have a whole ball, because it is. That's just, them's the breaks. Anyway, we're going to want this sketch to be usable. We're going to want to go to extrude, this through all, and select all of these outside pieces. Click OK. Oh, hold on. Both ways. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to have this weird shape. And it doesn't look like we're getting anywhere. However, here's where the magic happens. You're going to want to make a circular... Oh, hold on. I skipped a step. I got to make an axis real quick. You're going to want to make it between the 2 lines you made. So like if I go into here, you're going to want one point to be here and one point to be there when you make your axis. So we're going to want an axis right there and right here. That way we have that line. Now we go to circular. We select that extrusion and a rotational axis as that axis. And you're going to want to revolve it, I think it was 3 times for a 6-sided dice, and boom. You have a regular 6-sided polyhedral. And these exact steps work on every shape. So actually, with this specific setup, you can also do a D10. So if I went and edited this to be 4, I think. Oh, no, I was wrong. D8. So 8-sided polyhedral. It creates a D8. I'm sure you could get a D10 out of this. However, the D10 sometimes gets a little gets a little mad with this square. But I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the more regular patterns. So I just showed you how to make a D6 and a D8, basically from the same sketch. A D10 sketch is going to look like this. Sorry about all the mess over here. This is from a dice project I did earlier. So D10 is going to look like this, except you're going to use a triangle instead of a square. A D12 is going to be a little different. You're going to have a 5-sided polygon in here, and you're going to have a 6-sided polygon in here. And it's going to work out the exact same way. All you do is you revolve the hemisphere, whatever you want to call it, and then you're going to extrude all these outer edges, and you're going to circular pattern around this pole. And then it's going to create a, here I'll show you, it's going to create a D12 kind of shape. And then the D20, same deal. And you can do this for a ton of different shapes. The only issue is once you start getting above 20 sides, you really start just looking at things that look like a D10, except it will just have a bunch of sides on it, but it will just be more or less the same diamond shape. And anyway, that's a quick tutorial on how to make polyhedrals of multiple different sides easily, without all the steps that I see a lot of these videos showing nowadays.